Okay, Bravo fans, I'm so excited because look what came in the mail today. Yay! Salted, a recipe book by Chef Dave White just came in the mail. I'm gonna tell you right now, this book is in high demand. I ordered the hardcover version and it never came because it was already sold out, and I ordered it pretty early when he first came out with the book. So yeah, it just came out. Yay, yay, yay. And I ended up getting the paperback because that seems to ship a little bit quicker. But yeah, this recipe book, now let's put the disclaimer out there. I am no cook. I am not a chef. I really have no place in the kitchen. I actually think women do not belong in the kitchen, but that's a feminist rant for another day. But I want to tell you, these recipes are delicious. And the best part about this book that I've read so far is that he gives his stories for all these different countries that he's been to and worked in, and even some surprises for the Below Deck fans that I think you're really going to like. So today I'm reviewing Salted by Chef Dave White. This book has, I don't know, like 1,000 pages? I don't know. At least a couple hundred. 212 pages. Yeah. He is not messing around. And the most important thing is that there are some really easy recipes to go through. And let's just say I need to start at the beginner level. So I'm going to tell you which recipes jumped out at me that I'm most excited about. If you need a refresher on Chef Dave White, he was in season 7 of Below Deck Mediterranean. And he was the one who had a crazy secret romance with Natasha. So not Natalia that's on this season and was on last season, but Natasha, who was on last season. They had been on the same boat the prior season and were coming on and didn't want anyone to know that they were more than friends, but yet they requested to bunk together. Which is, a major sign that there was something going on there, and they were always flirting. And it kind of came out that they were together, but then she decided to get back with her ex-boyfriend, and turns out her ex-boyfriend was crazy, and she's a little crazy. And yeah, it just got ugly from there. It was some solid Bravo Below Deck drama. But most important, Chef Dave seems to be the prevailing good guy in this story, because honestly, everyone who has worked with him raves about him. Even Captain Sandy wrote a review on the back of his book and says that he is her favorite chef she's worked with on yachts. She's worked on a lot of yachts. That's a lot of chefs that he's up against, and a lot of talented people. And for Captain Sandy to say that that is her #1 chef that she's worked with, that's a huge win. So yeah, I trust everything about what this chef is telling me to do, because honestly, you get to see the reviews in person by all the charter guests from that season. So I'm gonna walk through some of my favorite recipes and you just hang with me. So he gets started and he really talks a little bit about his story. I'm going to be honest, he shares a lot about his personal story that I had no idea about when getting this book, and a lot that they didn't even cover on the show. I'm not sure if it happened before or after, but it's worth saying that he really kind of had some behavior problems in and out of jail and whatnot, and in and out of trouble in general. As a child, and so really cooking was that thing that saved his life, and travel also helped. So he also was like a national champion skier at some point. I don't know when he had time for that, but yes, so he's a talented skier and he definitely likes adventure sports. Right now he's into skydiving. I just really enjoyed listening to his story. He's working on climbing Mount Everest. Yeah, no big deal, just Mount Everest. And the whole point of that is to raise awareness and fundraise around mental health. I think that's his biggest thing, is helping others who may feel like they're in a dark time in their life find the light, whether it's through their passions of cooking or through their passions of adventure and travel and sports. So each chapter is broken out by country. So each one is a country that's really impacted his life that he's spent a lot of time in. So he actually goes through England, France, Norway, Southwest France, Ukraine, Nepal, and Tibet, Japan, the US, of course, Malta, and more. And so he adds in Malta really for the Below Deck fans because that's where the season was based. And he shares a lot of his recipes that are the recipes that he made for the charter guests in particular because we saw all the pictures on the show. Of course, we want to know how to make it. And I'm going to be honest, I flipped through this entire book, and one of the last recipes in this book is for his Eggs Benedict. And you may not know this about me, but I am an Eggs Benedict connoisseur. So I can't wait to figure out how to make this. My husband says, oh, it'll be easy. You notice how I'm not trying to make it on this show right now. So we'll see. Stay tuned. I will give it a go. But I can't promise that it will be as perfect and delicious as it looks in Chef Dave's book. Are you kidding me? Oh my God. The duck burger with smoked cheddar, that is from his chapter in France. And I'm going to tell you right now, all this photography of the food that he's made is absolutely beautiful. So if he ever wants to ditch, being a chef or a champion skier, he could always just go into photography, I guess. So, yeah, pretty impressive. When he gets to Norway, it's a lot of salmon, and I'm gonna be honest, salmon is a great food. It's healthy, and one of those foods that you always get from the grocery store, and you really don't know how to zhuzh it up. He's figured it out, and he's given some varieties on that, so I love that. He also gives great detail in his recipes about the exact brands and types, like he gives a lot of information around just where he gets and sources all the different ingredients, and that's helpful for me. Honestly, if he could just walk me around the grocery store and point to things, I swear I don't know what half of the vegetables are, so that'd be really helpful. Thanks, Dave. One of my favorites from France is the tartiflette, and he also has a croque monsieur in there, and as a girl who took like 8 years of French and talked a whole lot about croque monsieurs, I am really excited to figure out how to make it, especially the one with pulled pork. Yeah, I've only lived in South Carolina and Tennessee my whole life, so this sounds like a nice little crossover hit. So can't wait to make that. He also opens up about his trip to Ukraine. He's helped serve a lot of people during this war since his season, and now that the war in Ukraine has broken out, he really goes into a lot of unique recipes from that area and all of his stories in between. The photos of his journey and his travels also are throughout this book, and it's just really fun to see the recipes kind of come to life and adds a little color to it. Now he's got Florida in here as his US basis, and he does have a killer looking key lime pie and apple pie, but he also has barbecue chicken wings. So, I mean, there's a variety of products. There's the ones that sound hoity-toity that you don't know how to pronounce. That's me in any of the Japanese recipes except for chicken teriyaki. I do know what that is, and I do think I could handle that. So really, if you're a beginner or you are more advanced, then this book has everything for you, and it also has some fun stories of his adventures along the way. I went cover to cover on this thing, and I can't wait to try it. I feel confident that I can figure out some of these meals. I also loved seeing his pictures from Below Deck. Those are in there as a little surprisey-wisey. Yeah, so fun. But yeah, I will let you know how the Eggs Benedict and the key lime pie go. That's my review of his book. As you guys may have seen on social media, we are hosting a book signing for Chef Dave in Charleston, South Carolina at Republic. And if you've heard of Republic before, then you know what I'm talking about. It's where the show Southern Hospitality is filmed. And I cannot wait. Leva is pumped. The whole bar is pumped. I'm pumped. And I know this is going to be such a fun fan event. So Chef Dave is going to be there with some other celeb chefs. If you are in the Charleston, South Carolina area, Georgia, North Carolina, come on down. We are going to party and have a Sunday fun day on January 28th in Charleston, South Carolina at Republic. So if you're ready to party with some Bravo stars, meet Chef Dave from Below Deck Med and get a signed book full of delicious looking recipes, then you're going to want to be there. Do not miss it. Can't wait to see you. All right. Have you read this book? Have you gotten it? If you get it, let me know. Comment in the section below. Thanks. Bye.